Hello there, my beautiful people. How are we doing today? It is Icicle Fish here, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry it's been quite a while. Life has been getting in the way. I promise you after my exams I will be more regular with these uploads. It's just exam, firing at me like flying pigs in the universe. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today I have something special for you. I have a Diamond, Pearl, Platinum Generation 4 underused match for you today. It's an absolutely fantastic game. It's one of the best ones I feel I have ever uploaded on this channel. It's against a good friend of mine by the name of Ryuzaki-san. And yeah, bear in mind that it's 100 plus turns of very intense narration. Don't be put off by the timestamp. It's an absolutely fantastic game, and my narration is going to be a bit blah 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 because I'm going to be speaking, but I have my glass of water ready in case something bad happens. Anyway, enough of my rambling. Shall we get into the team preview, ladies and gentlemen? Ryuzaki-san's team is a kind of balanced offense thing. He's got Venusaur and all the things that are thingy, and they're going to be a bit of a hassle, especially Scyther. If it is choice banded, that's going to be an absolute nightmare if he can manage to keep rocks off the field. So I'm going to want to keep rocks on the field. My team is a stall team by the username of AO Mortis. Some of you might have heard of him, very prevalent Smogon user, and he made this Gen 4 UU team. It's absolutely fantastic, and it makes for an absolutely fantastic battle against Ryuzaki-san. So without further ado, let us progress into the battle itself. He's going to lead off with the Scyther as I lead off with my Omastar. Now, I'm going to want to get rocks up as soon as possible. Remember, we can't see each other's team, so I didn't know that he had a Venusaur. He just brought it out like boom. So I'm going to get Stealth Rocks up on the Switch, which is absolutely fantastic. Then, just to kind of scout out what type of Venusaur it is, if he wants to go for the Sleep Powder or the Grass Offensive move, Weezing is there to take it because I am a Sleep Talk variant, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, he's going to double switch into his Donphan. I'm going to enter Spiritomb just to stop him rapid spinning in case he wants to do that, which is very, very, very nice indeed, because obviously he didn't know that I had Spiritomb, but now I show him Spiritomb. Gonna go for the Dark Pulse on the Switch, because Gen 4 has no team preview. I mean, most of you probably know that, but just in case. Anyway, Blaziken's gonna come in, he's gonna predict the Melodic Switch very, 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 very nicely indeed. He's gonna go for the Impale Grass. Unfortunately, Melodic is too damn bulky, so it is gonna be able to take that very nicely indeed. Then just straight away bring in Weezing, which unfortunately he does predict. He's gonna be able to bring in his Omastar, which I can't really touch, to be honest. It's going to give him a really nice opportunity to set up some Stealth Rocks on me, which is going to be a bad thing indeed. He's going to bring in his Venusaur on my Milotic, which is very nice for him, because I'm going to go for the Impale Grass on the Omastar. Now, I said to myself I would just play really safely. It's best to play safely with the stall team. If you take any risks, then you're going to be in deep doo-doo. So I am just going to play safe, and it pays off there. I could have stayed in with Milotic, predicting him to over-predict, but no, he goes for the Power Whip. Weezing is going to be able to eat that up like it's nothing, then fire off a Will-O-Wisp on the Switch, and it does hit his Omastar, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, I am going to make an over-prediction. I'm going to predict him to switch in Venusaur, predicting him to be scared of the Impale Grass. Unfortunately, this man has balls, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to stay and he's going to get up another layer of spikes, and I'm like, ah, shit, because Weezing can't really touch Omastar, so it was a stupid play on my part, but actually it's not going to cost me that much, because, ladies and gentlemen, my Hitmontop is waiting in the wings. But you can see Rotom. I can see Rotom, and you're like, oh, but he's going to spin block you. No one spin blocks the Hitmontop from hell. I have the Foresight, which is absolutely fantastic. It's something you don't really see on Hitmontop nowadays, which is a shame because it's a really good move. It's giving me a guaranteed rapid spin. Rotom comes in, I'm going to be able to spin away his Stealth Rocks and 3 layers of spikes, which is absolutely fantastic. Then switch into Clefable, predicting the special attack that Clefable can eat up like it is nothing. Predict the switch into Venusaur, which is quite nice on my part. Unfortunately, the Ice Beam really doesn't do much, confirming my suspicions that it is a specially defensive one, especially because it has Raw and Synthesis and all the things. It's going to be very annoying to take on indeed, considering this is a stall team and I can't Toxic it. But hey, anyway, just fire off a Sludge Bomb on the Switch, which is cool. It hits as a Rotom, no poison, unfortunately. But bring in my Clefable, eats the Discharge like it's nothing again. I don't mind the Paralysis because I have Wonder Guard. The Magic Guard even. No, Wonder Guard. I get confused. Anyway, he brings in this Blaziken, gonna fire off a Thunderbolt at that thing. The critical hit didn't really matter too much because, anyway, I predicted the switch to whatever, not Venusaur this time, because last time he predicted to Venusaur and did the Ice Beam. Anyway, missed a few turns of the battle. It's Clefable versus Rotom again. Clefable absolutely eats up anything Rotom wants to throw, and this is where I show him the Calm Mind. It's a very interesting set indeed. Provides a nice little win condition for the stall team as well. well as being able to take hits and stuff. Now, this turn I could have predicted the Roar, predicting him to want to get rid of me, but I thought that he'd want to get a huge bit of damage first, so I'm going to predict him to go for the Power Whip, and I'm going to go for the Soft Boiled, which is very, very, very nice indeed, because now it means I can fire off a +2 special attack Ice Beam, which the Venusaur eats up like it's nothing. Well, like it takes half of his health, but whatever. I mean, it took the hit very well, but that is going to confirm that it's specially defensive, and I'm like, fuck this shit. Anyway, Weezing's going to come in as his Omastar comes in. He's going to take Stealth Rocks, he's going to take the Sludge Bomb on the switch, he's going to take Will-O-Wisp, and this is how his dual team works. I'm kind of rolling the ball, getting a bit of momentum here. The players on my side of the field, basically, as long as I don't make any stupid plays. Now, he's going to be able to get up Stealth Rocks and Aero Spikes, which, there was my first stupid play. I brought in Spiritomb, I'm not sure what the hell I was predicting, but he's going to bring in his Donphan, and I'm going to predict him to want to go for the Earthquake, but this time, here's my second stupid play. I should have switched straight back to Spiritomb, but I thought that he might want to Earthquake again, but I don't know why I thought that he might want to Earthquake on a Weezing, because Levitate. I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bomb. I do get the Poison, but that's no consolation, because he is me going to be able to Rapid Spin my rocks away, and I'm like, that was a really stupid play. Anyway, he is going to bring in his Rotom. I'm just going to fire off another Sludge Bomb, just getting damage on all of the things. Unfortunately, now that my Stealth Rocks are gone, my residual damages are being very low. Now, he's going to make a really nice double switch, go into his Scyther. Now that his rocks are now that my rocks are no longer up, this thing is going to be an absolute nightmare. As you saw there, Weezing from full health is so close to being 2-hit KO'd, and I'm like, oh my god, if Weezing is not 100% healthy, this thing is just going to tear through my team. So, in order for that not to happen, I'm going to have to go for a rest. As I said, this is a Sleep Talk Weezing. You know, yeah, I'm going to just have to have this thing being as healthy as possible. He predicts the Clefable switch, though, very nicely on his part. He's going to be able to go for the U-turn, switches into his Venusaur as I go for the Ice Beam. I'm not sure why I did that. I maybe thought that he might want to stay and go for an Aerial Ace or something, thinking that it might KO. Unfortunately, it wouldn't have done that. But hey, he's gonna go for the Power Whip with the Venusaur. I'm just gonna be able to go for the soft build. The reason I'm not getting any full paralysis is because of Magic Guard, like I said. Anyway, he's gonna bring it. He's gonna go for the Brick Break, and I'm like, Now, what I wanted to do is make it so that when I get rocks up again, I want the Scyther to die when it comes in. So I'm just gonna go for the Ice Beam, then predict the switch back into Venusaur. So it's going slightly better. His Scyther is below half health, which is really what I need it to be, because it's gonna be taking 50% of its health from Stealth Rocks. Now, Hitmontop comes in. Another thing I also need to do is get rid of these hazards here that I let him get up. So what I'm going to do is not predict him to switch in Rotom, because last time he brought in Rotom, then I just went for the Foresight, so I thought that he'd bring in something else, but he just goes into his Rotom, which is a solid play on his part. It means I'm not going to be able to spin, and this time he's going to go for the rest, and I'm like, fuck you. So I'm going to go for the rest as well. We both have the rest, everything has rest. That's because in Gen 4, the sleep mechanics were much nicer, like your sleep turns don't reset every time you switch out. But anyway, he brings in his Scyther. I'm going to bring in my Omastar, predicting the Aerial Ace, which is very nice. I can take a couple of Aerial Aces. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be able to erect my Stealth Rock once more, hoping that I'm going to play smart around his Donphan and not allow him to spin them away. Because if he spins them away, I am in deep shit. If I keep up the rocks, then he's in deep shit because his Scyther's pretty much dead. But Venusaur is going to be doing its nasty shenanigans, doing its raw phasing shenanigans, meaning that my Weezing is not indeed going to be at full health for his Scyther as I wished. I also have to keep switching in, predicting Power Whips and all of the things, but unfortunately, like I said, for him, my sleep turns are not resetting every time I switch out, so this turn I'm going to wake up, going to be able to go for another rest, meaning a lot of what he just did was kind of obsolete, which is absolutely fantastic. Donphan's going to come in, then he makes a very, very, very good play indeed. He's going to go for the Earthquake, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to really, really be a bad thing. Now he makes a godlike play. He's going to predict the switch out and go for the Rapid Spin. I'm just like, fuck you, Ryu. Because from my very advantageous position, he has pulled that down with my stupid playing. I'm going to go for the Sleep Talk. I actually pull the Will-O-Wisp on the switch, hit the Venusaur, which is a very nice thing indeed. That means the thing is not going to be doing much damage with its Power Whips anymore, especially after this Intimidate. Now, my sleeping Hitmontop comes in as he roars. My Weezing out, and he's going to double switch straight away into his Scyther, and I'm like, bad thing. I'm going to switch out into my Spiritomb as Death Bodder, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, that means I have no spin blocker anymore. I had to sack Spiritomb there. I knew I really wasn't getting much more of a chance to spin away the hazard, and it was the least valuable thing on my team, really, because of its position of health. Anyway, his just stupid play there, his Rotom was in. I woke up and went for the foresight as he switched out into a Scyther, which means his Scyther is going to get a free switch, and which means something else is going to die, which is terrible play on my part. Really nice play on Ryuzaki's part. This guy is kind of outplaying me after having been outplayed at the start of the game. It's just like, fuck's sake. Now, I'm going to bring a Micro Fable, which is a nice play. I predicted the Rotom switch, and I'm just going to be able to go for a softball so that I may have a chance in hell of actually doing something, of taking out his Scyther indeed, if he wants to do that. If he wants to bring it in and then massively chunk away at Micro Fable's health. I want to be at a range of health where I'm going to be able to take a hit from Scyther and revenge kill it with an Ice Beam. So he's going to just keep shuffling my team with the spikes and the stealth rocks, and it's going to be really annoying. But because he has burned and is at -1 attack, I know I can easily take a Power Whip with Milotic, go for the recover, get back to a lovely range of health where he's not going to be able to do much to me, then switch out of there once more into my Hitmontop, predicting the Synthesis, which is very nice indeed. He goes for the Synthesis if I gets lots of his health back, which is like, this Venusaur is absolute hell. As well as this Scyther, I'm going to go for a rest. I should be going for close combat, so I know it won't be doing much, considering Hitmontop isn't the most offensive juggernaut, and Scyther does quad resist it. But this turn, ladies and gentlemen, I'm like, fuck, I've got to sack another thing. Clefable is the thing that I want to sack. I know I can bring an Omasaur, I know I can just about take an Aerial Ace, and ladies and gentlemen, what I should have done is taken the Scyther out with the Surf, but I'm like, no, I want to get out Stealth Rocks, which is going to cripple that thing just as much, right? No, I should have gone for a Surf just to take that thing out, because I would have won the game. But now, what he can do is go into Donphan and find an opportunity to spin, but I was bagging on the fact that I would play smart and not allow him to spin. But, well, we'll see how that turns out. It's Milotic versus Venusaur again. I go into my Hitmontop against his Venusaur, trying to get an Intimidate on that thing so that his Power Whip is doing nothing to anything on my team, and maybe presenting me a chance to wake up. Now, he brings in his Donphan. I am asleep for another turn. Now, if I can wake up and close combat him on the switch, then that would be absolutely fantastic. I don't wake up this time, but I know I outspeed Donphan. If I can wake up this time, I have a higher chance to wake up. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't wake up. I could have gone for the close combat, taken out the Donphan, but I don't wake up. He's going to be able to get the Rapid Spin off, go back into his Scyther. I'm going to be able to spin away these hazards on my side, which is going to give me a little bit of a chance, because it means that Milotic is not going to be 2-hit KO'd. He brings in he just goes for the Aerial Ace. I'm like, oh shit. Milotic is very close to being 2-hit KO'd indeed. Now he's going to bring in his Donphan, because my Omastar is dead. I'm not going to be able to get another chance to get up Stealth Rocks. His Donphan is kind of obsolete. He lets that die. So, goes into his Rotom. I go into my Hitmontop. I know the chances of me winning are kind of unlikely because his Scythe is still alive. He can 0-hit KO Hitmontop, 2-hit KO Milotic, which is just something you don't want to be happening on a stall team. Now, I go for the close combat there. Don't ask me why. I think he thought that I would predict that, and I thought that he would predict me to go for the Foresight and switch to something else, so I'm just going to go for the close combat. Now I go for the close combat. I don't know what I'm doing in the world. I'm just like, as long as his Scyther stays away from me, I'll be happy. Just go for the rest, get back up to full health, get rid of the burn, which is a bad thing, obviously. He goes to the Sludge Bomb. Obviously my -1 special defense will mean that that's going to be doing quite a bit. He goes for the Sludge Bomb on Milotic. I get Poison, which is a good and a bad thing for me, because it means that the residual damage is going to be whittling away at my health, but it does mean Marvel Scale is activated, which multiplies Milotic bulk to impenetrable levels, pretty much. Now, he's going to bring in his Scyther. I make a nice play, double switch into Milotic there, which means that he is going to be forced out, which was a nice play on my... I'm going to predict the switch again, but he goes for a U-turn, which is very nice, whatever. He brings in his Venusaur, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I just want his Venusaur and his Scyther to die in hell. Now, what I should have done there is gone into my Milotic, predicting the Scyther switch, and it was kind of obvious. He's going to go for the Aerial Ace, does this much percent. Now, I have about 50% chance to live, depending on min-max damage variations, and ladies and gentlemen, does it happen? Does it happen? No, Milotic's gonna go down, and I'm gonna cry in hell because I messed it up. If I had just been more careful with everything, then I would have won that game. I was in such an advantageous position. All I needed to do was keep Stealth Rocks up, and you know, that's not too much of a task considering I did have a spin blocker, but he played so well. Really, really good opponent, and That was just an absolutely fantastic game. 102 turns of absolute amazingness. Wow, what can I say? It was an amazing game, Ryuzaki-san. So thank you so much. And thank you to you for watching, because you just sat through like 15 minutes of this shit, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you to you, big heart. Drop a subscribe and if you like. Oh, and if you are from the Global Trainer Syndicate, which is a cool thing, then I love you. Welcome to my channel. You're beautiful. Hi. Because, you know, I just uploaded there for you, those of you who don't know. It's like a Pokemon Mosh Pit beta replacement. Anyway, enough of my rambling. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace out.